The Trans Am Championship on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Three Dimensional Services Group. Prototype production proven. By Pirelli. Power is nothing without control. And by Ryan Companies US Inc., a national leader in commercial real estate services. We design, develop, finance, manage, and construct buildings that tell the stories of our employees, our customers, and our legacy. At Ryan Companies, we build stories.
Hello and a warm welcome to the 2019 Trans Am Championship, which this week comes from Road America, Wisconsin. Now, since the championship resumed in August, the action has been thick and fast, with all four championships seeing some outstanding performances. Road America is likely to be no exception, as this is one of the teams and drivers' favourites. Now, before we head to Road America, let's look back now at what happened last time out in Ohio.
Matos has the advantage, but Miller gets around him.
Look at this, number 92, Scott Lagasse Jr., side by side with Rafa Matos. But he's going to lose two places. Lagasse goes through, so does Merrill. Here's Mark Miller, the clear view for him. Back with Merrill and Matos. Oh no, at the keyhole, drama. There's Lagasse Jr. all over the back of him, and Rafa Matos ready to pounce in third place. Ty Gibbs definitely now out of this race. Oh, Haley, what is he thinking?
Lagasse all over.
Yeah, this is as close as Lagasse's been. How comes the caution again? Miller leads the way. Mark Miller, the championship leader, takes another one. So coming into Road America, the TA2 Championship looks like this. Mark Miller leads the way with 216 points, ahead of Dylan McAvern with 155. Then a couple of points behind is last year's champion, Rafa Matos and Scott Lagasse Jr. Now, Dylan McAvern may be second in the championship, but he's got problems at Road America and has had to go for a complete car change. Here's Dylan McAvern.
A really important points weekend for the Stevens Miller guys in the Liqui Moly Mustang. Unfortunately, as you can see behind us, we're switching cars out of the 77 Mustang. We're actually going into one of their Dodge Challenger backup cars. We were struggling with straight line speed these last couple sessions. Went out this morning, we were still way off. So we made the executive decision that we're switching cars. So never driven this car before. Going into qualifying, it's gonna be interesting. You're always gonna still try and go for first. It's, you know, a long season, there's still some races to go. I would be right there if I didn't have some little issues in the past couple of races, so you never know what's gonna happen.
One thing you can guarantee to happen is that Rafa Matos, who sits third, last year's champion, will be seeing an opportunity with the problem for Dylan McAvern, and he is a track specialist here.
It's a very special place for me, one of my favorite tracks in North America. You know, I had a chance to get a pole position here a couple years ago. Last year I finished fourth, which was an okay result, but definitely, you know, looking forward to get a good result this weekend. We're fastest in tracks. We have a new choice engine in our three-dimensional service car, and the car is running really well. Boys are doing a fantastic job preparing the car, so you know we're hoping to repeat the performance in qualifying.
And right now, Rafa's on great form, but so too is the man fourth in the championship, Scott Lagasse Jr., also in a Chevrolet. The number 92 is up for it.
I'm excited. You know, our cars are really good right now. We've had phenomenal speed at Indy. With a little hiccup that kind of hurt, but none of our guys doing, none of our cars doing, just one of those things that are outside of their control. And then obviously Mid-Ohio, I think, was solid. Mark and those guys are doing a phenomenal job, and they're, as you saw at Mid-Ohio last week, I gave everything I could to try to get by them, and felt like we had a pretty darn good race car and just couldn't do it. So they're going to be tough, very, very tough. You know, Rafa's good everywhere you go, and he's working hard in his brake zone. I was behind him in practice and saw him bail a couple times. So he doesn't like to run third very much, so it's fun. He's fun to race with. I have a lot of faith in this series. No traction control, no ABS. Just drive them sideways if you have to. Do what you got to do to, to make them go. So I'm excited about the future of the series. I really am.
One man who shares that view is Tim Gray. Not only is he racing in the series, he's also put his company name to it.
It's a great track. It's long, but it's technical though too. So it's a good challenge.
But that's why the drivers love it. So let's take a look at that challenge. It is, of course, over 4 miles, heads down for a very fast turn 1, then downhill to turn 2 and 3, then the long straight kick through 4, overtaking into 5, back uphill, then through the long carousel, back through 11, and then 2, Canada corner, down through Thunder Valley, and the final, turn 14, a right-hander, back uphill to the start finish. So the grid for TA2 here at Road America sees Rafa Matos and the championship leader Mark Miller on the front row, Misha Goikerberg and Tony Buffon-Monte just behind. Then it's Justin Haley and Doug Peterson, Thomas Merrill and Scott Lagasse Jr. on row 4. Here we go then, a full field here at Road America, down towards the first turn, and it's going to be nip and tuck going into that turn. Rafa Matos and Mark Miller lead them away. Buffon-Monte and Goikerberg as we go on board with Misha Goikerberg. He got a good start. He's on the inside, but Rafa Matos will hold him off as they dive into turn 1. Great start, good clean start, and Matos leads from Miller and Goikerberg in third.
And Goikerberg had a good run, but thought better of it as they come down the hill. Looks like some smoke up there. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe someone got turned around.
We'll have a look now as the leaders go through. Here comes the second group. Oh, yes, Barry Bowes. Keith Prochuk. Oh, and he comes together again with another car. Looks like Patrick Oot. And, yes, 3 cars involved. Nasty incident. Let's go on board and have another look at this, Jake.
Yeah, it looks like everyone was having contact and everyone was just trying to decide which way to go, and Bowes went around. Yeah,
he got turned around. He was just in the middle, wrong place at the wrong time, I think, for Barry Bowes. Never mind. So here we are, back with another replay, and it looks as though, several cars involved, and then it was just Oot tried to get out of the way on the grass, and he too got dinged. So a little bit of a mess here at the start. And Rafa Matos, though, continues to lead this race. Mark Miller in second. Goikerberg still in third, but for how long, I wonder? This is the battle for third place we're looking at. And it looks as though Thomas Merrill going to try and sneak through on Goikerberg at 5 as they go back up the hill. Couldn't quite pull it off. Rafa Matos leads them under the bridge. And this is a good, tight start here in TA2. And there's all sorts of battles going all the way through this field. Good, strong field, including some of the Xfinity drivers and some of the youngsters like Jacob Mosler from Florida in the number 17. But it's the experienced champion coming under the Speedville Bridge, Rafa Matos, who leads the way at the moment. And Rafa looking for a win, Jake. He needs one. He's had some good results in the second half of the season. Ooh, damage to the number 12 there of Brian Swank.
Yeah, Rafa, after the last week at Mid-Ohio, I think he's in it, but he needs to win a race and get that confidence up.
And he does like Road America, that's for sure, and he's doing the business at the moment. How about this battle? Lagasse Jr. and Merrill going at it. We'll take a short break. We'll be back with more action from Road America in a few moments. So back to the Ryan Company's Muscle Car Challenge, and it is just that between these two, Lagasse Jr. and Merrill, in a really good battle.
Yeah, they've been swapping positions this whole time, but Lagasse, I think he's got the faster car.
Yeah, as they come across the straight, and of course it's a really long straight here at Road America. Oh, Barry Bowes trying to get that damaged car, the number 32, after that incident back to the pits, but I don't think he's having much success. Into turn 5 again, and through goes Lagasse Jr. Nicely done.
Yeah, Merrill was holding on, but I don't think he could have kept Legacy from getting around him.
Peterson having a good battle. He's got ahead of Bufamonte, and that's Doug Peterson of the three-dimensional services team. Teammate, of course, to Rafa Matos, and it's been a great season for both of them. And he'll be pretty pleased getting past Bufamonte, who hasn't done the whole championship, but Bufamonte knows this place like the back of his hand, and has rejoined the championship for this round. As we look back now, Miller looking for another good result, and it's an important, every race is important for Miller now, the championship leader, because he just needs to keep scoring points. And he had a great battle at Mid-Ohio, and he's doing the same here again at Road America. I've got a feeling, though, that they're going to be another caution, and that's because of Patrick Oot there in the number 49. They still haven't cleared him away, so that means Rafa Matos is going to have to rebuild again and do another restart. In comes Justin Haley, the Xfinity man for Mike Cope Racing in the Ford Mustang. And sure enough, here we go for the restart. Rafa Matos will lead them away. Mark Miller in second place. And this is the key to the race for the likes of number 92, Scott Lagasse Jr. Got to get away well, but Matos is holding them all off. Miller slots into second place. Goikerberg in fourth, and Lagasse in third place. Nice clean restart, Jake.
So far.
Yeah, as we dive into turn 3, and then the long run towards 4 and 5. And underbraking at 5 is the most obvious place to overtake here at Road America, but this is the unique part about this circuit, going through the woods here and really flat out.
Yeah, I would say Mark Miller would definitely have a shot if he was a little bit closer, but it looks like Rafa really gets off the corners a little bit better.
Into turn 5, that crucial corner I mentioned. Underbraking, it looks as though everybody's going to hold station though, as we look back at Mark Miller, trying to stay in contention. His championship lead is strong, but he knows there's enough time for the others to catch up. People like Thomas Merrill in the number 81 Ford Mustang, still very much in contention. Bufamonte in this one as well. Goikerberg looking much better. He's getting help from IndyCar driver Jack Harvey from the UK. Good guy to have in your corner, especially here at Road America, another circuit that Indy run at. Under the Speedville turn and down towards the long carousel right-hander that seems to go on forever.
Yeah, especially when you drive this track and you go around there in a fast car. It's fun, but man, it can be an eternity sometimes.
Yeah, and it's all one line through there, and there's not a lot of places to overtake in the last part of this circuit. Canada corner, of course, that right-hander is really, really quick, and then you got to kind of save it to the last corner and try and power up the hill.
Yeah, and Sabato overtaking Tim Gray, which is our sponsor for the race, Ryan Companies.
Yep, Tim Gray having a good time out there, but getting overtaken this time as we go back to the leaders, and Rafa Matos doing a good job of just giving himself a little bit of space between those chasing him, and that's what he needs to be comfortable. Thomas Merrill still under pressure from the number 34, that's Tony Bufamonte. Remember, Bufamonte had a big accident here last year. He won't want that.
I was going to say, last year ended bad for Bufamonte, so I'm sure he's looking to redeem himself a little bit.
You've been talking about this track as we dive into 5 again. Where is Rafa going to make up the time? Oh, that's a mess from Lagasse Jr. Makes a big, big mistake there out of 5. And sure enough, Misha Goikerberg pounces on that mistake.
Yep, anytime you make a mistake like that, there's always going to be the guy behind you ready to take advantage.
Lagasse Jr. will be kicking himself because he really had a good position there for the podium, and now he's got to build again. Oh, no! A big mistake again by Lagasse Jr. as he almost piles into the back of Goikerberg, but Lagasse Jr., I think he's just got a little hot-headed inside there after making the mistake, probably kicking himself.
Exactly. I think he was just trying to get that spot back. Oh, he did make a little bit of contact there.
Yeah, and I wonder how much damage he's done to the car there, because that was quite a hard hit. Back at the front, though, Rafa Matos in control. We'll take a short break. We'll be right back from Road America. Back to the Muscle Car Challenge from Road America, and Misha Goikerberg in trouble at a very fast part of the circuit. He goes off, but somehow gathers it all together, but through goes Lagasse Jr.
Yeah, it looked like he just got a little aggressive with the rumble strips, and the car went a little wide on the exit.
Now we've got two distinct battles now. This battle for the podium, which I think Agassi Jr. is going to lose out to, because the damage to that car, it can't be easy to drive. And I'm sure in your head, and wide he goes. So he just basically proved my point.
Yeah, I don't think, unless it got into the radiator, it shouldn't be that big of a problem, but it looks like he's been losing a lot of ground.
That said, of course, Misha Goikerberg behind him made a mistake himself, but I was about to say we have a distinct battle for first and second, when there you just saw it, Miller still chasing Matos, but this battle for third rages on. Agassi Jr. holding on for now, but Goikerberg surely is going to make a move down towards 5. Can't quite do it. Merrill is there too, and a lock up there, mistake again, Agassi. I think he's got a puncture. Well, something's wrong with Agassi Jr., but he's still struggling, and through goes Misha Goikerberg.
Yeah, and Agassi almost looks like he's overdriving a little bit, but he might have a puncture or something wrong with the car.
Yeah, good point, and I would have thought after the drama he's been through, he's probably a little rattled, and look, bouncing over the curves again. He's now behind, and here comes Thomas Merrill. Ooh, now, well, he spins right round there. I think there's definitely a mechanical issue to that car. And yes, look at the suspension, that's not right. So I think there's a problem with Lagassi's car for sure. Meanwhile, battle between McAvern and Brandon Jones for 6th place. Oh, and there's Agassi, and what's going on? He needs to get out of the way.
Yeah, it looks like he's just getting frustrated, and he's starting to make a lot of mistakes.
Meanwhile, the battle for 4th place, Buffamonte and Thomas Merrill on board with Buffamonte as he chases down the other Ford Mustang ahead of him. Good battle between these two. Merrill's been driving really well for the last few races, and he's up there at the sharp end again. And McAvern, who is very much in the championship hunt, needs a good result, but problems for 34. Looks as though Buffamonte slowed down too.
Yeah, that definitely looks like something mechanical.
So we've got plenty of drama here at Road America. Scott Agassi Jr. is out, and it looks as though he's going to try to crawl back to the pits and see if he can get some repairs. Misha Goikerberg's had a big moment, but has recovered, and now he's got Merrill all over him in the closing stages. Now, here comes Brandon Jones on Dylan McAvern. Of course, in that Dodge Challenger, had to swap cars, did McAvern, so really doing a good job, seeing he hasn't driven this car at all.
No, yeah, and it's hard to switch cars like that and still be competitive.
But Rafa Matos, it's plain sailing for the Brazilian as he heads up the hill at Road America for what will be another victory for the Brazilian. The champion wins at Road America. A great, great result for him. And no real problems for him. It was obviously that drama at the start, but he avoided it. And that's been a great race from Rafa Matos. Rafa Matos with the win, Mark Miller second, Misha Goikerberg in third, then Thomas Merrill, Dylan McAvern and Jacob Mosler.
Well, let me tell you, I had to push extremely hard, especially in the beginning of the race. We set our tire pressures so the car could be very, very good towards the end of the race. So that's what happened. Mark had a great pace in the beginning, so it was very difficult at the start. He almost passed me on the outside of turn 1, and you know, we kept it all together, and today is a great day for the three-dimensional service group car.
Championship's not over, is it?
No, we're gonna work very hard to bring this championship to the wire at Daytona.
Funnily enough, Mark Miller has the same plan.
I told Joe Stevens, our team owner, there's like never been so disappointed in a second place finish.
Well, Scott, I was watching on the pit lane, and 1 minute you were right in the hunt, the next you kind of disappeared. What happened?
Unfortunately, we lost power steering. In the process, I faded the brakes, just trying to do everything I could to stay up there, and actually got into Misha. I hated it for him, so I had to come up here and apologize to him. Really pumped about my M1 guys. I mean, there was no practice on that car. They took the setup off of one, put it on it, and it was spot on. And I thought we had a shot, but you got to be there to really know the truth.
Yeah! Woo! A very happy Rafa Matos moving to second in the championship points now with 188 behind Mark Miller on 245. Dylan McAvern drops to third, and Scott Agassi still in the hunt in 4th place. Misha Goikerberg in 5th. We'll take a short break. We'll be back with more action from Road America after this.
The Trans Am Championship on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Ryan Companies US Inc., a national leader in commercial real estate services. We design, develop, finance, manage, and construct buildings that tell the stories of our employees, our customers, and our legacy. At Ryan Companies, we build stories. And by AEM, engineered to outperform.
Welcome back to Road America, where we turn our attention now to the SGT class. Been plenty of action throughout the season. And coming into Road America, it looks like this. Mark Bowden leads with 157 points ahead of Brian Kleeman on 122. Tom Herb has 95, then it's Lee Saunders and Chris Utzon in 5th place. Plenty to play for and a few new faces coming into Road America. So the grid looks like this. Tim Kesman in pole position, Ken Thwaites alongside him, Jason Daskalos and Mark Bowden on the 2nd row, then Aaron Pierce and Dirk Lowenberger. Jeff Courtney and Tom Herb behind them. Here we go then for a rolling start down towards that famous right-hander as we go on board with Mark Bowden. Not a perfect start by our championship leader, but he's got plenty of time to catch that up. Good start from Tim Kesman as he dives into the lead, and a good clean start as we go on board with the Ford Mustang of Brian Kleeman. And this may be a wide track, but you can see when you get these big muscle cars side by side, there really just isn't any room whatsoever. Kleeman just tiptoeing his way out of 3 and down the long straight through the kink at 4. Now down to 5, under braking. Bowden makes a place he lost at the start, up. Nicely done, that's a classic overtake at Road America for Bowden, as he now goes in pursuit of Kesman, Thwaites and Daskalos. That's the top 3 as they fire through and down towards Canada Corner for the first time. There's Bowden just behind. Got past the Corvette and now goes in pursuit of those top 3. And the Audi R8, definitely a car to have, but the 27, that of Daskalos in the Dodge Viper. Board with Kesman. Got a really good start to Tim Kesman. And you can see, starting to pull away here, but the battle now on for 2nd place between Thwaites and Daskalos. Daskalos coming alongside Thwaites now. And again, Bowden. No real big battle, somebody else going off there, but Bowden getting the better again at turn 5. Daskalos now up to 2nd place. He's got ahead of Thwaites in the Audi. So the Dodge Viper in a straight line doing a really good job. And Thwaites, of course, coming into the championship after a massively long layover of over 20 years. Daskalos doesn't do the whole championship, but this Road America course is very much his home track. Kleeman in trouble. Oh, he's onto the dirt and into the gravel at turn 14. That's fast through there. And he's going to be lucky to get that back. He keeps the power in on the Ford Mustang, and he's done it. Well done. Wow, that was a big, big moment for the Ford Mustang there. Meanwhile, at the front, the battle rages on between the 27 from Albuquerque, New Mexico, the Dodge Viper of Jason Daskalos, and right behind him, it's Ken Thwaites, the Franklin, Tennessee man in the Audi R8 LMS. And these two have gone wheel to wheel while Kleeman's brought it in. And there's probably a lot of gravel and dirt in there. He did a great job to save it, but I think he's just making sure that beautiful Ford Mustang is kept intact. Meanwhile, the leader, here he comes, Tim Kesman from Wisconsin, racing it home, going up the hill. Oh, he had a moment there, but he's A-OK, and he's got a massive lead over the chasing pack. Here's some of the back markers, and now the worry is that you get into some of the back markers and they can slow you down, including this man, believe it or not, Vincent Della Greta in the 41 Chevrolet Corvette. Is actually in the TA class. But here comes that battle for 2nd and 3rd, and Thwaites has got the advantage again over Daskalos. So I think that Thwaites has managed to pick his way through the back markers and managed to get back into 2nd place. So the Audi ahead of the Dodge Viper in this closing battle here at Road America for the SGT class. Tim Kesman is well up the road in the Lemons of Love Audi R8 LMS. But who's going to come 2nd? At the moment, Thwaites has the advantage. Took a long time out of racing, but hasn't lost any of his speed. But despite that, no one's going to catch this man. Here he comes towards the checkered flag. The Audi R8 LMS, Lemons of Love. Tim Kesman heading back up the hill at Road America to see that checkered flag. It's been a dominant performance in SGT. There it is. There's the win for Tim Kesman. Excellent work by him in perfect conditions. Kesman wins. Thwaites will be second. Jason Daskalos of Albuquerque will be third. And Mark Bowden, the championship leader, crosses the line in fourth place. Aaron Pierce is fifth. Lee Saunders sixth. Tom Herb and Dirk Lowenberger. So look at the championship. Sees Mark Bowden now on 180 points. Brian Kleeman on 136. Then Tom Herb, Lee Saunders and Tim Kesman, the winner, moves to 96 points. And he's just a few points off fourth place. Great racing once again in SGT. We'll take a short break. We'll be back with more from Road America after this. Welcome back to the Trans Am Series, presented by Pirelli, as we turn our attention here at Road America to the TA class. And that too is hotting up nicely. It's been a great battle so far this season between Chris Dyson and Ernie Francis Jr. Let's look back now at the action from last time out at Mid-Ohio.
It was a really close gap between me and Chris Dyson, and I think it's going to lead to being an awesome race tomorrow.
It's going to be Ernie or Dyson who's going to take it. Francis squeezes through under braking. Francis Jr. take the lead early on.
Ruman looks like she's going to finally get past Pinteric.
We go on board now with Adam Andretti. Under the bridge at turn one, a classic overtake. Oh no! Big hit, Larry Bond. That's a nasty incident. Now well could be that we finish under caution. And Ernie Francis Jr. is going to win at Mid-Ohio. A very, very important win. So, going into Road America, this is how they stand. Chris Dyson has 167 to Ernie Francis Jr.'s 162. Amy Ruman is third, Simon Gregg fourth, David Pinteric in fifth. Amy Ruman is third in the championship, and this is her home race in the number 23. And the Ruman dynasty continues after her father raced, and now she does too.
We've been coming up for quite some time, and we've been here numerous times for Trans Am races between my dad and myself, so it's kind of a home away from home type of thing. Road America is a really fast track, so we have lots of fun here, and we get to showcase how fast these Trans Am cars are, and it gives us a chance to really utilize our horsepower and speed and really put on a good show for the fans. You know, we're sitting pretty good, solid third right now. I'm hoping that we'll gain some valuable points here this weekend and move up a little. Ernie and Dyson have a little bit of a gap on me by like 30 points, so you know, it's going to take some races for me to do really well and maybe them for not so well. So it's not out of reach yet, but it's going to be tough. It's getting tougher. We only have 5 rounds left, including this one. So we'll just see what happens. It's racing. You never know.
And from a family legacy in Trans Am, let's turn to an American racing legend, the one and only Boris Said. He's racing again in the number 3.
Claudio needed a driver, and I love these cars, so I never say no. So it was a last-minute thing, and you know, I'm happy to be a part of it. Big horsepower, they have a lot of grip, a lot of tire. There's none of that electronic aid stuff, you know, no ABS, no traction control, and it's real driving. We're gonna have a good battle with the little kid and Chris Dyson, and I mean, I see that Ernie, and he looks like a trophy. Like, I feel like if I win the Oscars, I'd hold him up. But the kid can drive, so it's gonna be a good battle. I mean, so I'm almost 57 years old, so I'm still going pretty good for an old guy.
Now, coming into Road America, Chris Dyson has dominated the TA series so far, but now he's under pressure from last year's champion, Ernie Francis Jr., though Dyson is loving every minute of the competition.
It's been a blast this year. Every single weekend, it's just been drama and warfare, and I think we're both raising our game because of it. So yeah, I'm really happy. The car's been fast all weekend. We rolled it off here. It was just smoking good, and it's just been a little bit of tweaks here and there, and I think we got a hell of a race car too.
So the grid for TA looks like this. Chris Dyson and Ernie Francis Jr., the championship contenders, on row 1. Then Boris Said and Cliff Eben, the local man, on row 2. Amy Ruman, third in the championship, alongside Vincent Allegretta. And then it's Raylo and Andretti on row 4. Here we go then, up the hill at the famous Road America, a packed field for the Ryan Company's Trans Am 100 TA race. And this is a scary moment. Right at the start here, everybody jostling for position because they know how important it is to get to the first corner. Away we go. Great start from Chris Dyson. Flies into the lead. Ernie Francis Jr. in second place. Everybody cleanly up to the first corner. And that jostling for position as it tightens up there, Jake. And looks as though we've had a good clean start, though.
Yeah, looks like everyone kind of behaved a little bit.
For a change, yep. And no problems for Dyson. He really needs this one. Oh, somebody's out of control. That's Adam Andretti. Full lock on those brakes. And also, Allegretta was also very, very hot into turn 5. Classic mistake.
Yeah, they just went in a little too hard. It's actually pretty amazing that nobody made contact there.
David Pintarek in the wars. Just got a quick glimpse of him as we go back with Dyson. And Dyson's got a clean road ahead of him. Now, can he hold on to that, I wonder? So, plenty of jostling for position in the opening stages of this one. But it's Dyson from Francis Jr. and Boris Said now in the Burton car. Really interesting to see how he's going to go from third.
He is always there. Every race he jumps into, every car he jumps into, he's always in the top 3.
Yeah, and Burton, of course, one of the most successful teams as we go on board with David Pintarek in the Cadillac at one of the fastest parts of this course. Chasing Allegretta, and past he goes into Canada corner, but has he gone too hot? Yes, he does go wide, and back comes Allegretta. Well, classic mistake.
Yeah, I think he was just carrying way too much speed, went wide, lost a bunch of time and speed, and that let Vincent get on by.
So then, we're back with Dyson, and he's looking in his mirrors. Francis Jr. still second, Boris Said still third. We'll take a short break. We'll be back from Road America in a moment. Welcome back to Road America, where at the moment Chris Dyson holding off Ernie Francis Jr. and Boris Said. Not an easy task. Multiple championships to Ernie Francis Jr. and Boris Said, one of the best racers in America.
Yeah, and this race has been very clean so far. And back to your point, yeah, it's not easy having, you know, those two of the fastest guys behind you.
No question, and the championship on the line, of course. Dyson's had a fantastic season, but now is the real business end of this championship. Watkins Glen to come, and several more key circuits before the end of this championship. Long way to go yet, and Francis Jr. has just got better and better as the season has gone on, which is really worrying to poor old Dyson.
Yeah, of course, and it looks like Ernie Francis is catching Dyson a little bit.
A lot of battles going on. Here's Dave Rouleau in the Corvette, chasing down David Pintarek. Very fast part of the circuit again here. And under braking down towards 5 they come, and Rouleau almost going into the back there of Pintarek. But now comes alongside him as they come back up the hill and under the bridge. Side by side, the Corvette's got him. And nicely done by the man from Wisconsin. Through he goes on Pintarek. Well, Pintarek trying to come back in the 57, but he's finally made it stick.
Yeah, he was, Pintarek was holding on, but he didn't have enough for him.
Back with the leaders, and Ernie Francis Jr., I think, is actually reeling in the leader. Meanwhile, Amy Ruman has got close attention from Adam Andretti. Meanwhile, Dyson's got a clear track ahead of him. He's just got to start worrying about back markers as we see Andretti weaving a little bit there. I think that could be a problem with the car there. As we go on board with Rouleau, he's coming up on Andretti, and Andretti pulling off to the side. Looks as though there's something wrong.
Yeah, that little jog he did with the wheel, he's trying to figure out what's going on. It looks like, almost looks like something in the right front is broken.
Yeah, Pintarek going past, so Andretti, who's been on the podium already this season. Doesn't look as though he's and that's Rouleau going wide, and Rouleau spins it completely, 360. Through goes Pintarek. Well, that was good skills.
Absolutely, he got really lucky to spin and not hit anything right there, and he'll be right behind Pintarek, chasing him back up the hill.
That's amazing. So to recover from that, that's not an easy thing to do. I thought he was going to head straight for the gravel trap, but he manages to get back. And now look at this. Francis Jr. is as close as I've seen to Dyson as he's been all race now.
Yeah, it almost looks like Ernie Francis' car is getting better on the longer runs, and Dyson's car might be falling away a little bit.
Meanwhile, Boris Said, we're looking at third place. Boris Said, you can see the gap now to this, and he'll be watching this battle very closely, because if we know Boris Said, he'll be waiting for either one to make a mistake, and if they do, he'll be ready to pounce. Still enough time in this race for a few more chapters, but Andretti's day is over. He's not going anywhere, and nor should you. We'll be right back.
The Trans Am Championship on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Pirelli. Power is nothing without control. By 3-Dimensional Services Group. Prototype production proven. And by Ryan Companies US Inc., a national leader in commercial real estate services. We design, develop, finance, manage, and construct buildings that tell the stories of our employees, our customers, and our legacy. At Ryan Companies, we build stories.
Welcome back to Road America, where we are having a superb fight at the front. And in fact, it could be a three-way fight, including this man, Boris Said, but it's at the front that we've really got the battle between Dyson, the championship leader, and Ernie Francis Jr. And if Francis Jr. can pull this off, Dyson would possibly... Oh, no! Just as I say that, Dyson gets into trouble at 5. He spun it round, Jay. What happened?
It almost looks like from the in-car that he locked up the rear brakes.
We go back on board with Boris Said, who's now up to second place. Wouldn't that be interesting if he can now get closer to Ernie Francis Jr.? But this could change the complexion of the whole championship. And by my calculations, if Dyson doesn't recover well, Francis Jr. could be leading the championship after Road America.
Yeah, and Ernie probably has a big smile on his face because he was just handed the lead.
Here we go then. Dyson trying to now gather himself together and get back into contention. And into the right-hander. Francis Jr. got a massive lead now, and back up the hill he comes. And this is now looking really good. Boris Said, though, is in touching distance to the leader. But of course, Boris Said isn't challenging for the championship. So Francis Jr. can kind of relax, but I know he won't. He's got traffic now ahead of him, and he's got to tiptoe his way through here. Into turn 1 he goes. The frameless shower door man from Florida, looking very, very good here, Francis Jr. What a turnaround this season's been for him. And now Dyson in trouble, but back out on track, but some way down the road. And Francis Jr. has got this one if he keeps it all together as he heads down back towards turn 5. And Dyson's in the pits, and that's pretty much put paid to any chance of him getting back on track. And they're changing the wheels. Maybe he had a puncture in that incident because they're changing that rear left wheel. But Dyson out of contention, and Francis Jr. surely will march on to win.
It looks like it. I mean, he is fast. He's always been fast here. I think Boris would need a caution to even think about getting around Ernie.
Well, Ernie Francis Jr. has just been given a gift here at Road America, and possibly the championship lead. What a turnaround of events. Dyson's season has been picture perfect, and now suddenly the arch rival that has been such a factor in Trans Am over the last few years. Here comes Dyson again, though. He's back out on track, and down towards turn 5 he comes. And sadly, though, he's a long way down, but he'll be pushing on just as this man Boris Said is doing in the later stages for the Burton Racing team.
Yeah, and I think that all Dyson really needs to focus on is just picking up points and staying out of trouble the rest of the race.
Yep, and there's Boris Said just waving his hand to thank the back marker for getting out of the way. And down towards 5 comes Pintarek. Meanwhile, Dyson in trouble again! Oh no! Dyson at 5 the same place he spun before, and now he's really wrecked it, because out he goes, and the number 20's whole hopes go up in flames. What happened, Jake?
I mean, it looks like something in the car broke. The car won't turn like that under braking, and I think he was trying to avoid the two cars, hitting the two cars in front of him, and unfortunately ended his day.
Yeah, in the wall, hit heavily now. Surely this is all Francis Jr. He's just got to keep it tidy now for the rest of this race. So what a turnaround of events Road America in the 2019 Trans Am Series will be, because Ernie Francis Jr. is on his way to victory and a championship lead. There's still plenty of time for Dyson to catch up in the races remaining, but this is Ernie Francis's first chance of leading this season. He's had his own woes throughout the season. He's had problems go wrong with his car, but today it's Dyson that's got in trouble, and Ernie Francis Jr. has picked up the pieces. Boris Said looks as though he'll take second place for Burton Racing, but Francis Jr. has been gifted this win. I say gifted this win, he's worked hard for it, but Dyson got into trouble, spun round at 5, and then got into trouble again, and now it's all Ernie Francis Jr. heading towards victory in the number 98. He'll come back up the hill here at Road America, and Ernie Francis Jr. is going to take another famous TA victory. There's the checkered flag, and Ernie Francis Jr. wins at Road America. A brilliant result. Boris Said is in second place. And in third, it's the local hero, Cliff Eben, who gets his first podium of the season. Great win then for Ernie Francis Jr. Boris Said in second place, and a really good result for Cliff Eben at home in third. Amy Rubin getting good points in fourth place ahead of Vincent Allegretta in fifth. Well, Ernie, it's always nice to win, but to win by that margin here at Road America has got to be very satisfying.
Yeah, I mean, what can I say? It was a great event for us. We've been on a pretty good string these past couple races, with a second place in Indianapolis, first place in Mid-Ohio. Getting the win here, it was awesome. I mean, I had a great battle with Dyson out there. It really sucks that we couldn't make it to the finish with him.
I got down to turn 5, and the choice was either take out two cars or graze the wall, and I took the path of least resistance. Unfortunately, we had a brake problem. I think it carried over from Friday, and it caught me out early on, and ultimately it's what finished us off for the day.
So Ernie Francis Jr. finally goes to the front of the pack with 196 points, ahead of Chris Dyson now with 187. Ruman's still third with 155, but a lot of racing still to come. Greenlight Television and our entire crew, I'm Jonathan Green, and this has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.